The meeting of Shreveport City Council is now called to order. I will ask our constituent, Ms. Glover, to lead us in the prayer, and I'll ask Councilman Talaferro to lead us in the pledge.
Father God, we come to you with bowed head and humble hearts. We pray that we today will demonstrate the best that we can be, your children, in all that we address and all that we do. We ask for grace and mercy, as always, that we always are mindful of who we truly, truly serve. In our service to the community, the members of the council, the administration, that they will always remember that it's service to the community. Lord, we just ask that you just keep us in your care and that we will remember your word always. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. All face the flag of the greatest country on earth, and as we say our pledge, let us be mindful of the sacrifices of our MIAs and POWs. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilwoman Taylor.
Present.
Councilman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Talaferro.
Here, ma'am.
Councilman Butcher. Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilman Green. Councilman Green.
I'm here.
And Councilwoman Bowman.
Present.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes of the Administrative Conference Monday, September 23rd, 2024, and the City Council meeting Tuesday, September 24, 2024?
Second.
Been moved by Councilman Brooks, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Councilman Butcher.
Does any council member have any awards, recognition, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes?
Project Celebration out here.
I do have two things.
Go ahead, Councilman Butcher.
The first thing, I think we need to acknowledge our mayor's birthday today. Happy birthday, Mr. Mayor. And then the second thing, do we have anybody from Project Celebration here? Okay, perfect. If you don't mind, Madam Clerk, if you'd read that resolution, please.
Resolution 158 of 2024. A resolution recognizing October 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and Project Celebration for its works to prevent and assist the victims of domestic violence. Whereas domestic violence is a serious crime that affects people of all races, ages, genders, and income levels. Whereas approximately 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men in the United States have been victims of domestic violence, and over 15.5 million children are exposed to domestic violence every year. Whereas Domestic Violence Awareness Month provides an excellent opportunity for citizens to unite and end domestic violence and to show support for numerous organizations and individuals who provide life-saving advocacy services and assistance to victims. And whereas Project Celebration is a nonprofit organization located in Northwest Louisiana committed to helping individuals and families enhance their ability to live successfully in the community. And whereas Domestic Violence Shelter, located in Caddo Parish, is a program offered by Project Celebration, which provides direct service to survivors of domestic violence, sexual assault, and children experiencing violence. And whereas this year's National Call of Unity is an opportunity for connective action around the Domestic Violence Awareness Month 2024 theme, Heal, Hold, and Center. This is an international pause and moment of recognition and togetherness for advocates and survivors across the country. Now therefore be it resolved by the Council of the City of Shreveport in due regular and legal session convened, hereby recognizes October 2024 as Domestic Violence Month and Project Celebration for its work to prevent domestic violence. Be it further resolved that the Shreveport City Council encourages all citizens to be advocates for those who have experienced abuse and violence by wearing purple and reconnecting with those you honor and appreciate in this work to help end and heal from domestic violence.
So thank
Good
y'all so much
afternoon.
for everything you do. I'm wearing purple today. No, is this black? Oh, I'm colorblind. I don't own anything purple except for a t-shirt.
We have
Yes, I need a
a
pen.
bunch of
I
ribbon.
need a
I know
pen.
Jim asked for
Awesome.
purple pins, so we have some for everybody on the council.
Awesome.
But I just will say thank you for everything that y'all do. I mean, even in the news yesterday, we had a domestic violence incident that's heartbreaking that things go on. So I think in order to make our city better, it's organizations like Project Celebration that make it a lot, that make things better and are going to make things better going down the road. So thank y'all for everything you do.
I also concur. I appreciate all of the sacrifices that you make for men, women, and children with domestic violence, because yes, there are men that are affected by domestic violence as well that many people may not be aware of. And in honor of my very good friend who is long gone into heaven, I believe that she is smiling continuously, looking down with Katrina, with the work that is continuously being done, that you all are doing. So we appreciate you in the city of Shreveport, and I want you to know that. I'm not colorblind, I have on purple.
We just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all for having us. Thank you for supporting the cause of what domestic violence is. It, like you said, it impacts all of us. The biggest thing that all of you can do is stand together, stand with us, and stand with survivors against domestic violence. So being here, living that legacy of Miss Petrina and all of the others that came before us, it's important that we fill those shoes and continue to show up and show up united. So thank you, and I do appreciate all of you.
We'll ask all of you council members to take a picture.
I really am, yeah. So I'll get a bye.
May I have a purple pen? Them Jordan Booth.
Vice Chair Green?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to wish one of my parishioners a happy birthday on Saturday. We're going to have a big celebration at the old Luby's. I don't know the address, but Councilwoman Tabitha Taylor, her birthday is going to be Saturday. So y'all, I'll
can't wait
email
to
y'all
see
and let
y'all.
y'all know what
Cannot
Luby's.
wait to see. I cannot wait to see you Saturday. What time is it
I'll
again?
let you know by email.
Please let me know.
But it's at the old Luby's.
That's in my district.
Yeah, it's in your district. Let me know where. Mr. Chair. You were so full of it. Mr. Chair.
Happy Libra birthdays. You got Councilwoman
Birthday girl
Bowman.
Taylor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
We all Libras, me, Tabitha, and the mayor. The scales are balanced until they tip them.
Don't tilt the scale. Don't tilt the scale. I actually want to acknowledge the 100th birthday of Mr. Cortland Malloy, Sr., Mr. Malloy will be 100 years old on October 19th, and just this resolution just recognizes him for that. I also want to, we also want to acknowledge Breast Cancer Awareness Month, as well as you all know that there are several women that are affected by breast cancer as well as men, and so we want everyone to know that this council recognizes Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I also like to extend my condolences to Miss Vivian, to the Bryant family. Miss Vivian Bryant passed. I don't know if many of y'all remember when we had a mass shooting on the Cooper Road in January, probably 2 years ago. And so she passed of her injuries from that time. So I ask that you keep the Bryant family in prayer. I also ask that you keep the Collins family. Miss Katie Collins passed from cancer today, who is another Cooper Road legend. So I ask you to keep the Bryant and Collins families in your prayers.
Thank you. Does any other council members have any awards or recognitions or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes? Mr. Mayor, do you have any awards, recognition, or distinguished guests not to exceed 15 minutes?
No, sir, I don't.
Mr. Mayor, do you have any communications relative to city business?
No, sir.
Reports, does any member have any concerns for property standards? Mr. Green?
Thank you, Mr. Green, for getting that taken care of. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Mr. Green, thank you for taking care of Sanders Street and all that you do.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. Go on, sashay for my birthday. Meet us at Luby's Saturday, Terrence.
Madam Clerk, will there be legislation added today?
Yes, sir.
Is there a motion to add to the agenda the Shreveport Municipal Fire and Police Civil Service Board to the agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
I think we need to ask if anyone's present that want to speak in favor or against.
Is there anyone present that wants to speak in favor or against this motion being added? So what's been proposed to be added is the Shreveport Municipal Fire and Police Civil Service Board to the agenda.
This is what the mayor spoke about on yesterday.
Seeing none, let's vote.
It passed with 7.
We also, the city attorney spoke about moving resolutions 161 and 162 from introduction of resolutions to second reading and final passage, if you guys are okay with that.
Do we have a motion to move 161 and 162 up to final reading, and second reading and final passage?
Mr. Chair, if you would ask if there is any public comment on that before adding it as well.
Okay. And is there any public comments for or against adding this or moving this to be voted on today? Been moved by Councilman Brooks, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passed with 7.
These items have been moved. Today we'll have public comments on agenda items only. Vice Chair, do we have any requests to speak?
Yes, sir. Mr. Sammy Mears. Thank you, Sammy, for coming. You have 3 minutes.
Sammy Mears, 1133 South Point Parkway, apartment 111, Shreveport, Louisiana, 71105. Today I'm speaking on resolutions 9A, 157, and 158. I think it's a great idea for the month of October to recognize Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This will be a good thing for those who feel as if they have breast cancer to get checked out immediately and right away. Susan G. Komen has been around for many, many years helping those who have detected breast cancer and need a mammogram right away to find out if there's a good way to get checked out right away, and this would be great. World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, has partnered with Susan G. Komen for about 5 years in the past, and a lot of women were breast cancer survivors, and they were given one championship belt each, and they got to speak on the fact that they were breast cancer survivors. Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, known as Paul Levesque, supported them, and so did a lot of others. Please pass this resolution today, and please recognize October 2023 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and Project Celebration for the work to help prevent people from being victims of domestic violation. Please pass both of these today if you would. It would really be appreciated very much.
Bless you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That concludes public speaking.
Thank you. We will have the following executive appointments to consider today. We'll take them separately. First, we have William Bill Sabo, Director of Economic Development.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
We have 2 for electronic speeding ticket hearing officers. If there's no objections, I will read both names together. Valerie Ann Delat and Sanai D. Hall.
Move.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Montrell Hall, Architect and Engineering Select Committee.
So move.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Congratulations, Mr. Hall.
We have 2 for Workforce Development Board, Langu Herb and Rochelle Peters. Been moved by Councilwoman Bowman, second by Councilman Brooks. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Shreveport Municipal Fire Police EMS Officer Corey Ross.
So move.
Second.
Been moved by Councilman Talaferro, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Shreveport Municipal Fire Police Fire Engineer David Carpenter.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
There are no items on the consent agenda or introduction are to be adopted. Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with regular agenda legislation?
Resolution 128, authorizing Patrick R. Young at 9516 Wallace Lake Road to make connection to the city of Shreveport's water and/or sewer system.
Move to postpone.
Second.
Are we postponing to November 8th?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
The motion has been postponed to November 8th by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilwoman Taylor. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Resolution 139, Jose Carmona at 9588 Wallace Lake Road to make connection to the city of Shreveport's water and/or sewer system.
Move to postpone until November the 8th.
Been motion to postpone by Councilman Butcher, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 140, authorizing Springfield Baptist Church at 9702 Wallace Lake Road to make connection to the city of Shreveport's water and/or sewer system.
Move to postpone to November the 8th.
Been motion to postpone by Councilman Butcher, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 141, authorizing Sean Pilderton at 9820 Wallace Lake Road to make connection to the city of Shreveport's water and/or sewer system.
Move to postpone until November the 8th and discussion.
Motion postponed by Councilman Butcher, second by the chair. Discussion. Councilman Butcher.
Mr. Dark and Mr. Statlander, and Mr. Daniel or somebody from the water department, and maybe even Public Works, I'd like for us to get together in the next week. I don't want to put it off any longer and kind of discuss our course of action. Mr. Dark and I have talked, but I want us to kind of have a course of action for these where we're ready to vote on these, because I think we're holding these people up on connecting. Thank you.
Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 142, establishing the intent of the city council by specifying the projects to be undertaken from the sale of the 2024 general obligation bonds.
Motion to postpone.
Second.
Been motion to postpone by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Vice Chair Green. Discussion. Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 146, authorizing the mayor to execute a cooperative purchasing agreement between the city of Shreveport and the parish of Caddo.
Been moved by Councilman Talaferro, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 147, authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement and release with Panolo Natural Gas.
Been moved by Councilwoman Bowman, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 148, authorizing the acceptance of a payment from Panolo Natural Gas as it relates to the damaged portion of Pines Road.
Second.
Been moved by Councilwoman Bowman, second by Councilwoman Taylor. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 149, authorizing the mayor of the city of Shreveport to sign an approval of assignment by Cypress Energy Partners, LLC, of 4 oil and gas leases to Panola Natural Gas.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Butcher,
Second.
second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 150, authorizing the mayor to execute a cooperative endeavor agreement between the city of Shreveport and the state of Louisiana Facility Planning and Control Division of Administration for Amtrak Platform and Facility Planning and Construction.
Been moved by Councilman Brooks, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 151, authorizing the mayor to execute a cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Shreveport and the State of Louisiana Facility Planning and Control Division of Administration for Bayou Pierre Drainage and Recreation Planning and Construction.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Butcher, second by Councilwoman Taylor. Any discussion?
Do we have any more, just particulars on this at all, Mr. Dart?
Mayor and I had a meeting, a couple of weeks ago now, with Senator Presley and some of the folks who are very much interested in this project. And it looks like the first part of it is trying to connect sort of the Beatty, Virginia Park area to the area about where the Ockley Bridge across Bayou Pier is.
Okay.
And they had some drawings and some things that they're working on. So yes, we do a little bit more than we had.
So this won't go south down Fern to Burt Coons then?
I don't think that's the first phase, no, sir.
Okay. Because I know at one point we had discussed something all the way from Fern Avenue, from the Ockley Bridge down Fern into Burt Coons.
I think they'd still like to do that, but that's not the first phase of what they're working on.
Okay, still good. So thank you.
Any more discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 152, authorizing the mayor to execute a cooperative endeavor agreement between the City of Shreveport and the State of Louisiana Facility Planning and Control Division of Administration for University Park subdivision improvements, planning, and construction.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Councilman Green.
You hungry?
That passes with 7.
Resolution 153, stating the City of Shreveport's endorsement of 624 Downtown Lost LLC to participate in benefits of the Louisiana Restoration Tax Abatement Program, and this will need to be postponed until October 22nd.
So move.
To postpone.
Postpone.
Yeah.
Second.
Been moved by the chair to postpone, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 154, stating the City of Shreveport's endorsement of Lost Palms Group Loft to participate in the benefit of Louisiana Restoration Tax Abatement Program, and this will also need to be postponed until the 22nd.
Motion to postpone.
Second.
Been motioned by the chair, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 155, encouraging the Metropolitan Planning Commission to place a moratorium on the issuance of any occupational license and certificates of occupancy for liquor stores, retail sales of alcohol, liquor, other than renewals for a period of 6 months. And
Motion to withdraw.
We don't have to vote on that because the people who put it on
you do it.
withdrawn it.
You have to vote.
You do have to vote because it's been noticed. We do have to act on it.
It has been motioned to withdraw by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Discussion?
We need to do more research on it. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Passes with 7.
Resolution 156, celebrating Cortland T. Malloy Sr.'s 100th birthday.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion?
Happy birthday, Mr. Malloy.
What's the secret?
What's the secret?
To live to 100.
I
That's
know,
my
right?
discussion.
He's your frat brother. You heard that? Maybe you pledge capital.
We need
I
to
don't know.
know the secret. You can't be a Cowboys fan. Not living
He's
to
a
100.
Kappa.
Not a Cowboy fan.
He's a Kappa. He probably is a Cowboy fan.
Councilman Talaferro?
That passes with 7.
Resolution 157, recognizing October 2024 as Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
So move.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion? Let's vote.
Councilman Jackson?
It passes with 7.
Resolution 158, recognizing October 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and Project Celebration for his work to prevent and assist the victims of domestic violence.
So move.
Second.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Resolution 159, dedicating the 700 block of Turner Lane in honor of Pastor Lavelle.
Motion to postpone.
Second.
Been motion postponed by the chair, second by Councilwoman Taylor. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Resolution 161, authorizing the City of Shreveport, Louisiana purchasing agent to reject all bids received for Airport Park Sports Field, bid RFQ 24-520.
So moved.
It's been moved by Councilman Green, second by Councilman Talaferro. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Resolution 162, authorizing the City of Shreveport, Louisiana purchasing agent to reject all bids received for city courts restroom renovation, bid RFQ 24-518.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Talaferro, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes with 7.
Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with introduction of resolution not to be adopted prior to October 22nd, 2024?
Resolution 160, acknowledging the City Council has reviewed the 2023 Internal Municipal Water Pollution Prevention Report concerning the North Regional and Lucas wastewater plants. Resolution 163, authorizing the mayor to execute a right-of-way and servitude agreement with Centerpoint Energy Resource Corp., Centerpoint Energy Louisiana Gas for the construction and maintenance of gas pipelines on city property. Resolution 164, authorizing a request to be made to the Louisiana Department of Natural Resources, Louisiana State Mineral and Energy Board to seek public bids for an oil, gas, and mineral lease involving the property located in District F and G described herein, and to execute a lease for certain mineral interests owned by the City of Shreveport, and to authorize the mayor to execute any and all documents related to the intent of this resolution. Resolution 165, amending Section 2-1D of the City of Shreveport Purchasing Regulation and Procedures Manual concerning the authority to contract for consulting, insurance, and other services.
Move on introduction.
Been moved by Councilwoman Taylor, second by Councilwoman Bowman. These resolutions have been introduced. Madam Clerk, go ahead and get you a sip of water.
Oh, we need to introduce Resolution 166. A resolution authorizing the mayor to accept and execute the no, we don't. We need to introduce Resolution 167. 167, authorizing the mayor to accept and execute the FY. 2024 Budget Amendment. No, we don't. 2024 Budget Amendment. 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 2024 Budget Amend That's for community development, right? No. That was the one that Ms. Bonnie said, never mind. So we don't need to do that one. We adopted that one. I'm finished.
No, we voting on
Unless you
those.
want me to go ahead on with the introduction of ordinances. I'm finished, unless you want me to move on to
No,
introduction of
go ahead and
ordinances.
get that sip of water because you got a
Oh,
lot
I'm
to
fine
read.
to the next one.
All right, Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with introduction on ordinance not to be adopted prior to October 22nd, 2024?
Ordinance 116, amending the 2024 capital improvements budget. Ordinance 117, amending the 2024 budget for the Golf Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 118, amending the 2024 budget for the Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund. And ordinance 119 to amend section 10-186 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of Shreveport.
Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with 2025 budget ordinance not to be adopted no later than December 15th, 2024?
I need you guys to introduce those first.
I'll move on introduction.
Second.
It's been moved by Councilwoman Taylor and second by Councilman Butcher. These ordinances have been introduced. Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with budget ordinance not to be adopted no later than December 15th, 2024?
Ordinance 120, adopting the 2025 capital improvements budget. Ordinance 121, adopting the 2025 budget for Riverfront Development Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 122, adopting the 2025 budget for the general fund. Ordinance 123, adopting the 2025 budget for retained risk internal service fund. Ordinance 124, adopting the 2025 budget for MPC Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 124 is the 2025 budget for MPC Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 125, adopting the 2025 Community Development Special Revenue Fund budget. Ordinance 126, adopting the 2025 Grant Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 127, adopting the 2025 budget for the Shreveport Redevelopment Agency Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 128, adopting the 2025 budget for Downtown Entertainment District Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 129, adopting the 2025 budget for Golf Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 130, adopting the 2025 budget for Airports Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 131, adopting the 2025 budget for Water and Sewer Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 132, adopting the 2025 budget for contractual service provided by Sport Trend by Metro Management Associates. Ordinance 133, adopting the 2025 budget for Downtown Park and Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 134, adopting the 2025 budget for the Convention Center Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 135, adopting the 2025 budget for the Convention Center Hotel Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 136, adopting the 2025 budget for the Debt Service Fund. Ordinance 137, adopting the 2025 budget for Solid Waste Enterprise Fund. Ordinance 138, adopting the 2025 budget for Street Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 139, adopting the 2025 budget for the Diversion Program Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 140, adopting the 2025 budget for Public Safety Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 141, adopting the 2025 budget for the Economic Development District A District Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 142, adopting the 2025 budget for the Economic Development District F District Special Revenue Fund. Ordinance 143, adopting the 2025 budget for the Healthcare and Technology Innovation District East Special Revenue Fund. And ordinance 144, adopting the 2025 budget for the Healthcare and Technology Innovation District West Special Revenue Fund.
You made it.
You're official now. Is there a motion to introduce these 2025 budget ordinance? Been moved by Vice Chair Green, second by the chair. Is there a motion to table the 2025 budget ordinance?
Second.
Been motion to table by Vice Chair Green, second by Councilman Butcher. These ordinances are now tabled. Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with ordinance on second reading and final passage?
I gotta get the vote first. I need the vote. I need your vote first to table.
Need your votes. They table so they can stay there. So we pull them off the table after voting.
Councilwoman Taylor.
That passes with 7.
Madam Clerk, would you please proceed with ordinance on second reading and final passage?
Ordinance 40, an ordinance authorizing the lease of portions of Stage Work Louisiana, a city-owned property to G-Unit Film and Television, was previously postponed September 24th until October 22nd. Ordinance 70, to amend Chapter 38 of the Shreveport Code of Ordinance relative to vacant structure, previously postponed September 24th until October 22nd. Ordinance 103, to amend various articles and sections of the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Unified Development Code
You don't want
for the
us to
purpose
vote?
of updating certain uses
have to
within the downtown zoning district.
So moved on 103.
Motion to postpone on 103.
Oh, sorry, motion to postpone.
And I have a question about 70.
It has been motioned by Councilman Brooks to postpone, second by Councilman Butcher.
On 103.
Discussion?
I'd like, the DDA has asked us to be postponed till November the 8th, and they have a meeting scheduled with the MPC, so we should be able to vote on it then.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
So we're postponing until November 8th.
Okay.
That passes with 7.
Ordinance 104, to amend various articles and sections in the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Unified Development Code for the purpose of clarifying and updating provisions for use related to dwelling units within commercial spaces.
So moved.
I thought you were gonna postpone this one too.
No,
You're gonna-
go ahead with this one.
Okay.
Been moved by Councilman Brooks, second by the chair.
Discussion.
Discussion?
So what is
Councilwoman Taylor.
what is this one, Councilman Brooks?
This is, Mr. Stephen, would you like to come up and explain it? This is multi-levy, level, I'll let Stephen G. with the MPC explain it. I'm going to explain it, but also I've got the author of it in our office as well, if you have detailed questions. But Councilman Taylor, you may remember we had a dwelling above the ground floor. That was a very awkwardly worded provision in the code. It also basically created an opportunity for people to be able, when, like say, for instance, in C3, there is a provision in the code, you get a special use permit for multifamily, but sometimes what would happen is use this dwelling above the ground floor as a way to do that. So we decided to propose to you to remove that completely and replace it with a mixed use definition. And that definition would say, if you're within 200 feet of a single-family residential development, and there's the case that we've dealt with on Ravendale would
Ravendale.
qualify for that.
Right.
We had a case on Sophia Lane that would qualify for that. That would require that then to be a special use permit, just like multifamily is. If it's not near a residential, single-family, it would be by right like it was before. We've gone in and clarified exactly how that was set up, because the last code didn't give a lot of clarity on how much commercial. We've actually limiting the amount of residential on the ground floor to 70%. So you have to have a meaningful commercial presence in order to meet this. So it kind of closes what many have thought was kind of a loophole in the ordinance, and it makes it a lot more clear to developers, for citizens. We try to write it in a way it was real easy to understand. But if you have any detailed questions on that, Adam Bailey's here, and he'd be glad to answer those.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Ordinance 111, an ordinance providing for the incurring of debt and issuance and the sale of not exceeding $88 million of general obligation bonds, Series 2024, of the City of Shreveport, State of Louisiana, prescribing the form, terms, and conditions of said bonds, designating the date, denomination, and place of payment of said bonds, providing for the payment thereof in principal and interest, and providing for other matters in connections therewith. And there is one amendment.
Motion postpone.
Second.
The motion by Vice Chair Green to postpone, second by Councilwoman Taylor. Any discussion? Let's vote to postpone.
To pass it with 7.
Ordinance 112 to amend the 2024 capital improvements budget.
Been moved by the chair,
Second.
second by Councilman Brooks.
I don't think so.
Any discussion? Let's vote.
He's supposed to be on there.
Pass it with 7.
Ordinance 113, establishing the name of an unnamed roadway.
So moved.
Been moved by Councilman Butcher, second by the chair. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passed with 7.
Ordinance 114 to amend various articles and sections in the City of Shreveport, Louisiana Unified Development Code for the purpose of adding new definition related to sober living home.
So moved. Been moved by the chair, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion?
I have a question. Is this, who sponsored this, the MPC? And what is this about, Stephen? Is this making the sober living homes less or more restrictive?
It basically does not require, we don't really have them defined right now. So what this does is define them as basically meeting the definition of family. This came about, and Marcus might want to chime in on this. This came about of when we were looking at this as possibly being a group home, a particular type of facility, and they sent us a letter. We forwarded that on to Marcus's office, and the recommendation was to go ahead, and this has to do with the Fair Housing Act. And we need to make provisions for such facilities because they're protected because it's a disability when you're dealing with sober living facilities. So what this does is it allows them to be treated as a family, and the family definition, I believe, is pretty much unchanged. And it basically, I'd be prepared. I can't go through that in detail, but I'm sure Marcus can probably answer some of these questions.
I think you did a great job.
Okay.
Sober living home or individuals who need to live in group settings that are not a part of the same family as a part of their recovery from addiction, first of all, have been defined as having a disability. And because they've been defined by the law, and because they've been defined as having a disability, they require certain accommodations to allow them to be able to thrive. One of those accommodations is to allow them to live together and work together in places that don't necessarily provide any sort of treatment. In order to do that, we have code articles that define what a single family dwelling can be, who can live within the confines of a single dwelling and be defined as a dwelling. There are certain kinds of group living scenarios that are considered illegal or at least violative of the UDC. And so in order to accommodate this living arrangement, which is an accommodation for their disability, rather than treat them like group homes or treat them like treatment facilities. What has been recommended by certain other courts has been to just define family in such a way that allows for people who are living and working together in a way that is collaborative as a part of their treatment, non-treating recovery. Let's say as a part of their recovery, you just redefine what family means in the context of a single-family dwelling unit, and so that's what this does.
So does it define how many family members there would be?
I think it's up to. Is it up to a certain number in the definition? I'd have to pull it.
Yes, it is, that are unrelated.
Yeah, up to a certain number of unrelated individuals who are living and working together in a collaborative way constitute a family for purposes of this, such that they are in recovery from their addiction.
But it's not a treatment facility.
But it's not a treat. They're not receiving any treatment. They're just working together as part of their recovery.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
You want a motion to postpone?
I want to introduce a substitute motion to postpone.
You gotta get a second. Councilwoman, second.
It has been motioned to postpone by the chair, second by Councilwoman Bowman. Any discussion?
Yeah.
Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Resolution 115, zoning case number 24-91-C, an ordinance to amend the official zoning map of the City of Shreveport Unified Development Code by rezoning property located at the east side of Lotus Lane, approximately 230 feet north of Standard Oil Road, from RMHP Residential Manufactured Home Park zoning district to RMHP Spud Residential Manufactured Home Park Small Planned Unit Development Zoning District.
Motion to postpone.
Motion postponed by Vice Chair Green, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
That passes with 7.
Madam Clerk, is there any other table legislation to be removed from the table today?
No, sir.
We have no property standards, NPC, or ZBA, or ABL appeals to consider today. Are there any other appeals, Madam Clerk?
No, sir.
Are there any reports from officers, boards, in our committees? You want to summarize the meeting? You want to summarize the meeting? Public safety? Public safety. Summarize the meeting and announcement.
Thank you. We have a public safety committee meeting scheduled the 22nd of October at 1 p.m.
Are there any other boards, officers, or committees? Madam Clerk, is there a clerk report?
Yes, sir. The following letters of appointments were received from the mayor's office on October 3rd and are subject for confirmation on October 22nd, 2024. Bridget Clark, Bureau Chief of Workforce Development, and Shonda Reynolds, Shreveport Fire and Police Civil Service Board.
Mayor Arsenault, do you have any additional communications?
I do not.
Does any council members have any additional communications?
I don't want to go to Luby's.
You want to go to Morrison?
Well, I tell you what, just fix your own party. then.
Okay, I will. I don't want to go to
I'm
Luby's.
sick of being petty. I'm just sick of it.
I don't want to go to Luby's somewhere.
I'm sick of it.
We need a motion to accept the recommendation made by the city attorney from the June 24th, 2024 executive session.
So move.
Second.
Been moved by Vice Chair Green, second by Councilman Brooks.
It's October 7th.
October.
October 7th. If I have June on your paper, I apologize.
October 24th, excuse me.
October
October
7th.
7th.
You gonna just make us some.
We're going to accept the motion for the recommendation made by the city attorney from the executive session from yesterday, October 7th, 2024. It's been moved by Councilman Brooks, second by,
Second.
Moved by me.
That's-
been motion by Vice Chair Green, second by Councilman Butcher. Any discussion? Let's vote.
It passes.
with 7.
If there's nothing else, this meeting is adjourned
Today?
today.
Or-